On a quiet Tuesday morning in 2017, a barber in Beverly Hills laughed and said, "That guy who sang Paranoid? Total maniac." The clippers buzzed. The shop laughed. And sitting silently in the chair was Ozzy Osbourne. He didn't correct him. He didn't react. He just watched himself in the mirror. Because sometimes the world talks the loudest about the people it understands the least. By 2017, Ozzy had nothing left to prove. Frontman of Black Sabbath. Voice behind Paranoid. A man who survived addiction, scandals, and even being fired from his own band. But fame is loud. And loud lives crave quiet mornings. That day, he told no one where he was going. No security. No press. Just a jacket and a quiet drive. For once, he didn't want to be Ozzy Osbourne. He just wanted to feel normal. The barbershop wasn't glamorous. Worn leather chairs. Sports talk in the background. Sunlight cutting through dusty windows. The smell of shaving cream in the air. No one recognized him. Time changes faces. Just a trim. The barber asked. Ozzy nodded. The clippers started. Then the radio changed. That familiar riff filled the room. Paranoid. The barber laughed. "You know this one." Ozzy smirked slightly. "Yeah, I've heard it." The barber shook his head. That Ozzy guy was crazy back in the day. Bats, drugs, madness. Total maniac. The customers chuckled. Ozzy looked at his reflection. He didn't see madness. He saw survival. It's easy to freeze someone in their wildest moment. The chaos. The headlines. The myths that grew bigger than the truth. But before the fame, there was a poor kid from Birmingham. Grey skies. Factory smoke. A boy who struggled in school and felt invisible. Music wasn't rebellion at first. It was survival. When he joined Black Sabbath, they weren't chasing shock value. They were expressing how heavy life felt. Success amplified everything. Money magnified flaws. Addiction became public. And when you're famous, your worst mistakes become permanent history. Rock stars from that era? All nuts, the barber continued. Ozzy almost laughed. Because growth doesn't trend. Recovery doesn't go viral. Becoming better rarely makes headlines. But the man in that chair had changed. Mirrors are honest. They show wrinkles. They show time. They show survival. As the barber shaped the final edges, Ozzy studied his own eyes. Those eyes had seen stadiums filled with thousands. Hospital ceilings. Family struggles. Second chances. The barber spun the chair around. "There you go. Looking sharp." Ozzy stood up slowly. Paid in cash. Left a generous tip. He could have revealed himself. Could have corrected the story. But peace felt better than ego. So he chose silence. The bell rang as Ozzy stepped outside. Sunlight spilled across the street. Palm trees swayed quietly. Everything felt calm, almost unreal. Inside, a young assistant stared at the door. "Do you know who that was?" She whispered. The barber frowned. "Who?" She pulled up a photo on her phone. Side by side. Silence filled the room. "No way." The barber rushed outside. Too late. The street was empty. Ozzy's footsteps faded into the morning. Sometimes the strongest person in the room doesn't need to prove who they are. Sometimes the quietest moments are the ones that matter most. And sometimes, the world doesn't notice the victories that truly define a person. And sometimes, growth happens quietly. Offstage. Behind every legend, there's a story the headlines never tell. That morning, Ozzy didn't need applause. He didn't need recognition. He needed normal. For an hour, he had it. No cameras. No judgments. No chaos. The strongest journeys are often invisible. The greatest victories happen in silence. And sometimes, simply walking away from chaos is the most powerful statement of all.